David Wright had been practicing medicine for many years. His parents were doctors, and they taught their son to love medical science. In medical college, David showed very good results, and after he graduated, he became a respected surgeon. During that time, he met Jenny, married her, and divorced 15 years later. It turned out that Jenny only wanted to enjoy life and spend money. Besides, she began to cheat on David with his best friend. So, at the age of 45, the man was left alone, got a dog, and completely immersed himself in work. Soon he got the position of chief physician in the clinic and proved to be an excellent manager. He demanded from his subordinates to follow his strict rules. Every morning, he personally went around all the wards and checked the condition of the patients. On one of those days, he walked into Angela Simpson's room. "How are you, Mrs. Simpson?" he asked the woman. She just looked at him silently. As a result of the car accident, this young woman was unable to speak. David liked Angela. She steadfastly endured the treatment and never complained about anything. Her only visitor was her husband, who acted like he was in a restaurant instead of a hospital. David noticed that sometimes Angela even cried after her husband had left. The life of the chief physician would have gone on like this if one day it had not been turned upside down by one event. A new nurse named Jennifer Black joined the trauma department. She seemed to be a qualified employee, but for some reason, she hid her previous place of work. At first, everything went well, but then Jennifer began to behave strangely. She started to pay too much attention to Angela. She was spending all her free time in the woman's room. David began to notice that his patient's health was gradually deteriorating. He couldn't understand what was the matter. Then David decided to install a hidden camera in Angela's room. That same evening, the head physician checked all the records. "Don't try to get up. Remember that we have your son. Tell us the code to the safe, then we'll leave you alone," said Jennifer to Angela. After watching this shocking video, Dave immediately contacted the police. The nurse was arrested, and soon she testified. It turned out that she was the mistress of Angela's husband, who was a swindler. He charmed the woman after the death of her first husband and married her in order to take over her fortune. He organized a car accident, but the woman miraculously survived. He did not know that Angela had changed the code of the safe before that. Therefore, he sent his mistress to the hospital, who began to blackmail the woman. Thanks to David's vigilance, the couple were arrested before they could do any more harm. A month after the incident, Angela recovered and was able to personally thank her doctor.